say to the Lord our God. So she came to me and says, would you mind? And I was like, in my mind going, what? You're trying to put me in a little box, young lady. I'm a preacher, man. You can't be telling me that. So she said, can you, Lord our God? And I was like, we'll talk about it later, because I got to do my little coaching thing. I'll get back to you in a minute. So we do the coaching thing, and we keep talking, and then the lady on the teleprompter operator, she left. Now, once it's in the teleprompter and we're done, it's done. Well, she left before we can change the words. So all night it was bugging me, because I was mad, you know. So we'll get back to that in a minute. So my whole thing for going there was I was there to represent the Lord. And they said, we're not asking you to come endorse, when they first invited me, we're not asking you to come endorse anybody or public. We just want you to talk about this as a pastor. I said, cool. I said, I'm there. But I know that if I'm there for 2 days, that God's going to have some stuff for me to do. And I said, Lord, I want to, someplace I want to talk about Jesus and, and get the word out, because all this national media is there. Well, my wife and I watch Fox in the morning, Bill Hemmer and Megyn Kelly. Anybody know who those people are? Okay. And so we watching TV, and Monday, the day before the speech, and I was getting all these interview requests, and I saw Megyn Kelly walking around doing an interview from the arena. So I told my wife, I want to meet Megyn Kelly, just say hi, because we talk, see her all the time. The next day, I get a notice that I'm going to be on her show, get interviewed by her about, and I said, what is it about? Oh, we just want you to tell your story about how you got saved. And I was like, I want to meet her. Just say hi. And God said, I got something better. Why don't you tell about Jesus and talk to her and just kind of, tell the world about Jesus. So after I left that, I had 3 things I had to do that day before I spoke, because I was going to speak maybe 2 hours after that. I went to another interview, and in this interview, I had to be out at 6:10 because I had to meet somebody at 6:20 at gate 4, big arena, right? So I had to do this interview. I told the guy, look, I got to finish at 6:10, and can you please have someone to take me to my next appointment? He says, okay, we'll figure that out. I'm like, no, I need to be at gate 4 at 6:20. So we get in this conversation, and in this conversation, he asked some questions about religion and politics. And this is a question you will get. Why are Christians involved in politics? And some people think those two things don't go together. Look in your notes. Number 1, everyone in and out of politics is a person of faith with a worldview. Number 1. Look up here real quick. Every single person on the planet Earth is a person of faith. Every single person on the planet Earth has a world view. In other words, a filter through which you see the world. Every person. Some people, their filter is the Bible. Some people, their filter is themselves. Some people, their filter is the media or movies or evolution. You may have evolution is your worldview. Everything just started from nothing. Whatever it is, but there is nobody without a worldview. You take steps of faith every single day. When you breathe, you've never seen air. When you don't step out of buildings 5 stories high because you know there's gravity, though you've never seen it. And one of the biggest steps of faith we all take, all the ladies say, hey. Ladies, let me tell you your biggest step of faith. Guys do it too, but y'all are more sensitive to it because you just are. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a sexist thing. It's just the truth. Love is a step of faith. How do you know you love somebody? You just do. Well, how do you know there's a God? You just do. That ain't good enough. If some non-Christian said to you, that's not good enough, well, guess what? I mean, there's a whole lot of other evidence you can give for God. More God. I can give you more evidence that there's a God than you love somebody. Because when you love somebody, you just feel something. Well, what is that? Faith. Faith. Ladies, remember the first time you told that guy you loved him? If he hadn't told you yet, that was a step of faith. Amen? Because he could have looked at you and went, But you trusted that he would say, I love you too. with confidence. Faith. Everybody is a person of faith. So when this guy in this interview asked me that, I told him, I said, everybody has faith. You have faith. Look at the next thing he notes. Every person, including Christians, cast a vote consistent with what they believe in, with their worldview. In other words, if I believe in evolution, I'm going to vote on issues based on my concept of evolution. If I believe in humanism, I'm going to vote based on my concept of humanism. If I believe in the Bible, I'm going to vote based on my concept of the Bible. So what makes one better than the other? The devil wants you to think that you and I are the ones that need to be out of the process. Why? Just because they don't want us in the process. Not because one's better than the other. If I went to Harvard and I got a good education, I'm going to make my decisions based on what I believe is true, based on what I learned. Does that mean it's necessarily true? No. But that's what I believe. And guess what? You have a right to believe that. But don't tell me that I don't have a right to believe what I have and apply it to my life, but yet you have a right to believe what you want and you can apply it to your life. So when someone plays that game with you, you have to step back and say, wait a minute, you have a faith just like I have a faith. What makes my faith inferior to your faith? That's all. That's a game. That's a game. When you hear church don't belong in politics, that is not where, find where that's at, anywhere. Who says? All it is a way to manipulate you and make you feel guilty about getting out of the game so a non-Christian point of view can run the politics. Now, the person saying that to you may not know all that. They've just been told that, and maybe some of you Christians even believe that. But you need to step back and think about the big picture. This is a spiritual battle we're in. Matter of fact, look at the third one. The world wants to eliminate the Christian worldview while keeping all other worldviews. We don't want the Christian worldview. But we want to keep all others. Well, is that fair? Absolutely not. So we got in this discussion. It was Newsweek magazine on the internet interview, and it was 6:15. Remember, I had to leave at 6:10. Because the whole reason I'm there is in 1 hour and 5 minutes. So I said, listen, I got to go. And so I left, and then I said, who's taking me to gate 4? And this girl came to me. She probably was 18 years old. She was like, I'm taking you to gate. And I went, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh no. I said, young lady, do you know where gate 4 is? I think so. I was like, no, you did not say you think. I didn't say that to her, but I was like, we got to go, because I had a feeling this was not going to work out. She walked me a mile in the wrong direction. I'm for reals. It's like, I'm thinking, this is what I came for. And there's people everywhere, you got to walk through people. And so we finally got where the guy said, no, you need to go back that way. I looked at her, I says, you follow me. I looked at my wife and said, honey, gate 4, we got to go. And so I was through the crowd. I get there, and I figured when I get there, I got an hour to kind of relax, get my thoughts together. My wife and I, we could pray and stuff. So we get down there, and the lady says, Miles McPherson, where's he at? And she says, we need you right now. I was like, right now? I got an hour. No, you don't have any time, right now. So I had to go and get more makeup. Did y'all see my makeup on today? That was round 1 of makeup. So I said, can my wife come? No, your wife has to go to her seat. You'll see her after. I was like, I need my wife. I can't go by myself. They took me in. They took me into makeup again. They put all the stuff on, lipstick, mascara, they did... made me scary, Then they did the lipstick. That stuff tickles when they put that stuff on your lip. And I was like, They did the whole face, and then they took some spray, and they went, what's that? Huh? Even out my tan? Come on now, brother. This ain't a tan. This is all real, brother. This is 365 days a year. She sprayed me up, and I was like, They said, you ready? I said, okay. So I went back into the room, to the waiting room, where all the people who were going on stage were waiting, and there was a senator in there, Senator of Minnesota, and that's how you say Minnesota. And I said, how you doing, Mr. Senator? I said, yeah. He says, you got your makeup on too? He says, yep. He says, if we died, they could just put us right in the coffin.